Manchester City stayed top, with Huddersfield in the second automatic promotion spot. But just when Blues were writing off Blues' playoff chances, they embarked on their best run of the season, a run that saw them win 9 out of 11 matches and put themselves right back in the frame. A single Brian Hughes header was enough to beat Huddersfield, themselves playoff contenders. The impressive Hughes very nearly added a second as well. Defeated Everton in the FA Cup meant Blues could concentrate on the playoffs, but the fans still enjoyed a day out at Goodison Park. But not for the first time this season, 2 contentious penalties settled the match. Eddie Newton, making a rare appearance, was adjudged to have fouled Nick Barmby for the first. The decision seemed a little harsh to say the least, hence the Blues' protests. And the replay shows minimal contact as the ball appeared to be running away from Barmby. The penalty was duly converted by David Unsworth. Everton had appeared a different side in the second half after stern words at the break from Walter Smith, but it took them until the final minute to add a second. Referee David Ellery had hardly endeared himself to Blues fans with the award of the first penalty, but he awarded a second in the dying stages as David Holdsworth tugged at Kevin Campbell's shirt, and Unsworth had the chance to repeat his earlier kick. It was a carbon copy of the first, and Blues were out of the FA Cup for another year. But back to the real job in hand, making the playoffs. Blues remain mid-table despite winning their second successive league match at St Andrews, doing the double over Norwich in the process. Martin Granger took his league tally to 4 with another 2 goals. The first, a clever lob over Andy Marshall after the keeper's punch had fallen straight to him. Marcelo's challenge, forcing the keeper to punch in the first place. Granger's second came from yet another set piece, this time a glancing header giving the keeper and defenders no chance of keeping the ball out, and Blues had won 2-0. Defeat though at Port Vale hit even harder, just as Blues had looked like they were recovering some of their early season form. Vale's first from Tony Naylor was a Route 1 affair, the former Albion man on the end of Paul Musselwhite's long kick to beat Bennett in the top corner. Blues equalised 3 minutes into the second half with a goal of equal simplicity. Brian Hughes, the benefactor of an awkward bounce. Musselwhite couldn't quite get there in time. But that was to be the only thing for Blues travelling fans to cheer all afternoon, as 2 goals in the final 6 minutes gave Vale their first win in nearly 2 months. Tommy Widrington made up for his sending off at St Andrews earlier in the campaign, slotting home a penalty after Ian Bennett had brought down Alex Smith, even though the Blues keeper appeared to take the ball. In a season of debatable penalties, this one seemed harshest of all. Bennett's anger was all too plain to see, and he could do nothing again with Tony Rougier's header right on the stroke of full time as Vale made it 3-1. The ball appearing to drop into the net almost in slow motion. Heavy rain made conditions difficult at home to Stockport. That didn't seem to bother David Holdsworth, who scored another headed goal despite the attentions of 2 counter defenders. Isaiah Rankin was playing his second game on loan from Bradford, and he turned provider for Blues' second. Rankin providing Brian Hughes with a shooting opportunity and his 8th goal of the season. Blues had to endure a nervous final 6 minutes after Michael Johnson deflected Kevin Cooper's cross over Kevin Poole. But the eventual 3 points saw Blues move back up to 8, and the playoff challenge was again very much alive.